Alright guys, we've got a 10-minute increment game. It's 10 plus 5 probably, against a player rated just under 900 points. So we're going to be looking for what do you have to do to beat someone like this. What am I going to play? I'll play e5. And we'll see what they bring. Okay, I'm going to play the Petrov. This could be fun. So both pawns are hanging at this point. Okay, we've got 2 knights, 3 knights, 4 knights. If he does something very quiet now, I might even capture the pawn and go for the Halloween gambit. Okay, I'm not sure that's on now. Takes, no. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so he's got a possible fried liver style attack going on here. But with this knight out now, d5 has got 1, 2, 3 attackers. So I'm going to play it safe and just push h6 to take the g5 square away from this knight. Okay, and he's castled, so he's playing a very good opening so far. I'm going to bring my bishop out so that it's looking at his king, which means this pawn is pinned. Then I'm thinking about maybe d6, get my bishop free, castle queenside. Yeah, I like castling queenside. So he's done the same thing, he wants to prevent my knight from going in there to g4, which isn't really my plan, and he's defended his pawn. Wow, for somebody rated 900, this is very solid. He's moved 3 pawns, I've moved 3 pawns. So now he can get his bishop out somewhere. Hasn't got that many options though. Bishop to here might be alright. Did that in a lesson I had with someone yesterday. And then we exchanged on here. Oh, okay, so he's brought his queen. That's fair. I'm inclined to drop my knight into this pocket now. Let's do that. Then if knight takes, I'll take back the bishop, and my bishop's in a fairly good place there. I don't want to mess up my pawn structure, so it's a queen out, castle long is the plan. Are we concerned about this? Okay. So the reason why I've exchanged my bishop for the knight is that I've got a few pawns on the dark squares, which makes it slightly more difficult for my bishop to get around the board. And now with this, I've kind of given white a bit more pawn density in the middle of the board, and he's also got this semi-open file, so I'm now going to change my mind, change my plans, and castle kingside. c5 looks good now, shutting down the options for this dark square bishop. See how few squares this bishop's actually got. He can't actually go here or here or here or here or take there. The only... Whoa, okay, so we've got a bishop sacrifice. Interesting. I've accepted it. Let's take it. That's a blunder. Okay, I could see his idea, but what you should do when you do that is grab the piece and think, this is my idea, is there anything wrong with that idea, before you drop it. Alright, so now I can grab that pawn. So I'm now, yeah, I'm full queen up. Attacking my rook. Not on your Nelly, as they say. I think it's the correct terminology. Not on your Nelly, my son. No, and now he really should not trade bishops. But he's only got 1 safe square actually. Okay, so now my advantage is even more pronounced. I get my queen in line with his king, so that if this rook ever moves I can capture that pawn because its defender is pinned. Okay, I'm happy to swap off. I've got way more scope with having a queen on the board to zip around this chessboard and cause trouble. So I'm not afraid to open things up. I don't care if my king's in the middle of the board, wide open. I should be very dominant having 2 rooks and a queen against just a pair of rooks. Okay, let's push the h-pawn up. Try and harass this g-pawn. Okay, let's throw in a check. Which is actually a fork on the king and a pawn. It does undefend that pawn. The king's got to go now to the back rank, to h. Oh, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go here with another check. So he'll probably block. I don't know, if he doesn't, he loses his rook. That's the problem with that idea. And now I can actually do the same move, kinda. This rook can take on f3 because its defender is now pinned, but it's now pinned horizontally, crossways. Rook to h8 makes a lot of sense. It'll force the exchange of rooks. And if he actually takes, and I take back, I think that's actually checkmate. Yeah, there you go. So that was very quick in the end. So let's go through, because my opponent actually started out really strong. e4, e5, Petrov defense, 3 knights, 4 knights. Bishop out, right? This I could be playing an 1800 player at this point in time. So he's earned some respect, and I've decided to play a defensive pawn move. Slows down my development a little bit, and look, he goes ahead and castles. Really, really good start. I bring my bishop out. He does a defensive pawn move. I push d6 to get my bishop out. He mirrors. I get my bishop, just slightly improved. Queen comes out. Attack the queen. Trade of knights. Bishop comes out. And now I trade my dark squared bishop for a knight, figuring that my dark squared bishop has less scope on the board than his knight would. Now I decide to castle kingside because of this semi-open file on b. He sacks a piece and then blunders his queen. Okay, so it was going really, really well for the first like 11-12 moves. And then this was a bold move, and it had me slightly worried. You know, I had to think, you know, what's this guy got up his sleeve? And then this. So like I say, if you do one thing in chess, right, the most important part of the move, if you think about the time, right, so at the start you're going, okay, what has my opponent just done? Just recaptured on there. That means the king's open. All right. Now you're thinking candidate moves. Is there anything undefended? Is there a checkmate threat? All that kind of stuff you have to go through in your head. And then candidate moves. Okay, idea of queen to here. And you can even draw it if you're comfortable right-clicking. You can even draw the moves on the board during a game. Just be careful not to make the move. And then if you decide that this looks good, then you go, okay, and this is the crucial point, right? I haven't let go of the mouse button. Is this a stupid move or is it a good move? Actually, it's a stupid move. I'm going to put the queen back, right? That is the most critical point. I find that if I'm playing like 5-minute or 10-minute games, but even longer as well, that when I do that, when I just sanity check my move before, so the dog's wagging a tail on the floor, when I sanity check my move before I commit to it, I get better results. It's as simple as that. Okay, so there you go. This guy's rated just under 900. Played very well, at least for the start, until he messed up, and very often that's what decides games below 1000. So you've got to be ready for it, right? A lot of people might actually go, oh no, I'm in check, I need to get out of check, right? And not realise that your opponent's just hung their queen. Doesn't matter what level you're playing at, always be ready for your opponent to blunder, right? And take advantage of it when they do. Okay, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, so you'll always be notified of the new videos that come out, because I'm making videos all the time. Apart from that, thanks for watching. See you soon.